Hey guys, welcome to a little bit of a different video. I've been sick for the last week and a half, so I haven't been doing much running. So I thought a little fun way to still keep up with the videos would be to do a Q&A. So here we are. A cold has been going around, so I caught it. I don't know, at work, at soccer, at one of the running events. Not really sure, but haven't been able to run. I feel a little bit better. I can breathe a little bit better now, so I think I'm gonna start doing some light workouts, maybe some walking, but we'll see. I do have a 10K in about 10 days, so I need to start getting back on that training. Let's go ahead and start with the comments that I've been receiving, and let's do this Q&A. The first question we have is from Dr_runs a lot, and it says, how important do you think it is to give your body rest from running while sick? How has resting made you feel? Well, what an appropriate question, right? I was just talking about being sick. Well, I think it's very important to give yourself rest. Like I did, I gave myself about a week rest. I did go play soccer, only goalie though, so no running, to try and test out how my lungs were doing, and didn't go well. I kept coughing up a storm, so that's what kept me away from running a lot. But I think it's very important to give yourself rest. I'm one of those people who don't like to rest, so giving myself rest was very hard, but I knew that it had to be done, so I went ahead and did it. After resting, I do feel a lot better, like I let you guys know. I can breathe again, and I think I'm ready to start running again. So make sure that if you're sick, rest. All right. The second question comes from runners_mom. She says, how did my little boy get so big and handsome? Mom, I told you to stop commenting on my videos. Please. We know, we get it. You're proud of me. Thank you so much. I love you. But you can't be commenting 10 times under each video. That's just not how it works. I appreciate the support though. Thank you so much. Next question comes to us from the_feet_guy2 with 2 U's. He says, how effective has getting actual running shoes been for you? Also, what shoe size are you? With the water emoji for some reason. Anyway, getting actual running shoes was very important for me because I was using some beat up tennis shoes, like shoes that were meant for tennis. And that was just not it. Once I changed to my actual running shoes, miles difference. No pun intended. But yeah, my feet hurt a lot less. My back hurt a lot less. And I just feel like my overall form for running just got a lot better. So if you can invest in some actual running shoes, it's okay to start in some Vans, like preferably some Nike, some Adidas, but start with whatever you have, and once you start building up to it and once you can afford it, then get yourself some running shoes. It doesn't have to be the $100 shoes that you see out there. Go to a thrift shop, go to like Ross or something, and find some affordable shoes, something that works for you. But it is very important that you get some running shoes. We have a question from Marathon Mike Myers. He asks, what has been your fastest mile time, and do you think you can outrun a guy in a mask? A little bit of weird questions here. My fastest mile time, I think, was during my turkey trot. I ran the first mile in a pace of 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Again, like I've been beating like a dead horse. I'm not out here to run a fast mile. I'm not training to run the fastest mile in the history. I'm training to run long distances. So a fast mile doesn't really mean much to me. But I will say I do feel very proud of running an under 10-minute mile, especially when a few weeks ago I couldn't even run a mile at all. So that was very good. But again, I'm going to keep focusing on running long distance and being out on the trail as much as I can instead of timing. But go ahead and comment down below what your fastest mile has been. I am very curious as to if I'm in the middle of the pack, in the lower end, or for some miracle, I'm one of the fastest people alive. So just let me know. Let's see, another question. This one comes from PETA_Griffin. They ask, How many turkeys did you have to trot during your Thanksgiving Day run? What was it like to take so many innocent lives? Hashtag track meets are murder. I trotted no turkeys. There was not even turkeys there running when I ran the turkey trot. That's actually very curious. Probably should have been. Well, actually, there was people dressed in turkey attire, but none of them were trotted, whatever that means. And also, no innocent lives were taken. Well, I guess maybe in the afternoon when I did eat turkey, but it was good. Extravaganza asks, do you have Strava? And can I add you? Yeah, matter of fact, I do have Strava. I'm going to leave my QR code right up here. So go ahead and follow it if you would like. There you'll see all my workouts, my runs, when I play soccer, all that stuff. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and follow my social medias? I have an Instagram account and I also have a TikTok account. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe down below. If you want to like the video and share, that would be great. If you don't, then just finish watching this one at least, please. Thank you. Moving on to the next question. This one's from Meemaw, Self, and I. What has been the hardest part of the journey so far? P.S. My grandkids love you. Well, thank you so much to your grandkids for subscribing and for loving me. I'm sure they love you as well. The hardest part of the journey so far has been staying consistent, I think. I think getting out there and running every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's very dark outside, even when it's cold, even after playing 2 hours of soccer, I think that's been the hardest part, just getting motivation. I'm a person who will very easily just stop doing things just because I don't want to do them, or simply I don't do things when I don't want to do them. But this has taught me a lot to, it's more than just giving up. It's letting myself down. It's not being able to make these videos. I'm a very creative person, so this is a perfect creative outlet for me. I think the hardest part, like I said, is just keeping myself accountable and doing it. Getting out there and doing it. Because if I don't do it, then who's going to do it? No one's going to go run for me. So I have to do it myself. So if you are thinking about starting to run or starting to make a YouTube channel or starting anything, just make sure you stay consistent, because that's the hardest but the easiest part that only you can control. Let's see here. One last question from YouTube, all right? This one comes to us from Al Gore's Rhythm. They ask, what has been your biggest challenge when it comes to uploading videos weekly? Well, like I was just talking, just staying consistent. The editing, the putting it all together. I do have a full-time job, so just finding time to edit the videos between doing work at work and having to maybe do some work outside of the normal hours as well, putting it all together, editing the videos, keeping storage on my phone alone. I've been running out of storage a lot, so that's also a hard part. But I think once I upload it and once I see that all of you have seen it and commented, that just motivates me to start working on next week's video already. So I love that part. All right, let's take a few questions from social media. Let's go with TikTok first. The first question we have is from DIY Camera Guy, and he asks, how do you record your content while running? Well, believe it or not, it's handheld. And you probably do believe it because you see the camera shaking a lot all the time. I do have a small little tripod with 3 legs that stands up. That's what I use when I go on events or when I do the 5Ks or coming up the 10K. That helps a lot because it gives me a longer extension of my arm to be able to record. I also have these microphones that I use for voiceovers and for videos like this. And then I do have a bigger tripod that I use sometimes. For example, the first video on the channel, I used it to record myself on the couch talking to you guys. So yeah, while running though, it's very hard. I've heard that if you do the back-facing camera, like the regular camera, on 0.5, it's better. The hard part about that is just trying to figure out where you are in the shot. So it's something that I haven't really tried yet, but I'm gonna start doing. And for social media, standing it up as well. Sometimes I'll be recording vertical, and then once the video is in the camera roll, it's horizontal, so then you just have to rotate it, but it's not that hard. Next question we have is from Where's Wolf. He wrote, "Do you prefer running during the day or at night?" I personally like running at night. I have a lot more stamina for some reason. Yeah, I bet you do. I prefer running during the day, honestly, just because the shots look more bright. The sun's out. There's more lighting. At night, I have to make sure to record when I'm running past a street light, or if a car's driving towards me, then I use that light. Otherwise, the video's a little darker. But overall, when it comes to like the actual running, I like both, honestly. When the sun's out, it's a little bit hot. Right now in the winter, it feels really good when the sun's out and it's a little breezy. But running at night also, I love feeling the cold wind going in my lungs and just not sweating so much. Let's do some questions from Instagram to end it. This question's from Jim_Rats NYC. They ask, what is your favorite machine or exercise to do when you go strength training? Hashtag shout out Brooklyn. Shout out Brooklyn, I guess. My favorite machine, I don't know what it's called. I'll put a clip of me doing it here. It's one where you do your legs. You can either put the bar underneath your calves and push it down, or over your shins and push the bar up. I really like that a lot. Probably because I have really strong legs from running and soccer, so it's like the easiest machine. But honestly, I also do like walking on the treadmill. I don't like running on the treadmill. It's very boring to me, but walking on the treadmill, I could do that. All right, last question here is from runners_mom3. It reads, "Hey honey, I don't know what happened, but I can no longer find you on my other two accounts. So I made this third one to tell you how proud I am of you." Thanks, Mom. I appreciate you making 3 accounts, even though I blocked you on the other 2. But yeah, thank you so much for the support. And not only to my mom, thank you all for the support. I know I've said it once and I'll say it a million times. I appreciate the comments you leave down below. I appreciate the comments you leave on TikTok, on Instagram. I am super, super grateful for all of you watching my videos, for all of you subscribing, following me. I honestly couldn't do this without you. When I don't have motivation, I think back on all of you guys. I know there's not many of us here yet, but you guys are the ones that are keeping me going. So let's keep running, and thank you so much for watching today's video. We're going to go back to couch to trail next week. I'm going to start working out again, and I hope you enjoy this Q&A. If you would like to leave your questions, you can. Please leave them down below, and next Q&A, maybe we'll get some more real questions. So please leave your comments down below with any questions that you may want to ask, and I'll see you guys next time.